So today, I was wanting to start with something that was called the healing of the womb. Yeah. So हम सभी लोगों को पता है womb क्या है. Yeah. और and all of us have come to the planet through that womb that we were a part of for 9 months. It could be lesser also. And how is it that we traveled our journey in those 9 months, being in that silence, and darkness was the innate part of that silence in that womb. But one thing about that womb is that it has an energetic imprint there, and the energetic imprint is of any of the sexual activity that we took that was wanted, that was unwanted, that was inclusive of abuse. So that has an energetic imprint that the womb is carrying, and the sexual encounter that happened. Now that sexual encounter could have happened when you were a little baby, when you were so young that you do not know what does that mean, and you could not spell that out because you could not recognize what that meant. और जो लोग आज कॉल पर नहीं पहुंच सके, उनके साथ ये बहुत ग्रेवली प्रेजेंट है. So क्यों नहीं पहुंच सके? Because repeat call, recording call की जब जाएंगे, उससे भी क्लियरेंस होगी, मगर उससे और टाइप की क्लियरेंस है. और बात ये है कि जो वूम्ब की स्टोरी है, वो हम चाहे मेल हो चाहे फीमेल, मगर हमारा जो कनेक्शन टू द वूम्ब तो है ही है ना, क्योंकि दैट इज द वे दैट वी कम. सो जो एंसेस्ट्रल ट्रॉमा हम पिछली 5 कॉल्स करते आए, उसका ये 6वां पार्ट वो है कि वो जो एंसेस्ट्रल ट्रॉमा which has been lying there in our mother's womb, going back to the lineage, our grandmother's womb, going back to the lineage till the time the lineage of femininity, the female part was there. तब तक का ट्रॉमा जो है वो आप उसके कैरियर हैं, आप मेल हैं या फीमेल. So everything that has unfolded in just these few seconds, everything that is, are you at this time ready to let that go? And it has, the womb is also connected to the womb of the Mother Earth. And the womb of the Mother Earth is of highest vibration, highest frequency. So हमारी फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या रहती है और मदर अर्थ की वूम्ब की क्या फ्रीक्वेंसी रहती है? Is it showing up in your bodies somewhere? Can you gauge the difference? What is it? Yeah, this is energy. Yeah. And see, they will keep showing you what is the energetic difference between the two things. We keep holding it on to our bodies, whereas the Mother Earth, क्योंकि हम जो वर्ड यूज करते हैं जागृति, है ना, तो वो जागृति जो है ना, वो जो मदर अर्थ की वूम्ब है ना, वहां से शुरू होती है ना? और उसका कनेक्शन जो है आपके सेल्फ टीम से है, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस से है, आपके सेल्फ लव से है, आपके रिलेशनशिप से है, आपकी क्रिएटिविटी से है, आपकी मनी से है. So everywhere that any of the words is touching you, is that the trauma of the womb that you have been facing? Yeah. And everywhere that you have not recognized that, it will be showing up in so many ways. And anybody, like, whenever there is a forceps delivery, whenever there is a miscarriage, whenever there is an abortion, whenever there is unwanted sex, wherever there is forced sex, wherever the genitals were touched, not the honoring space, not from the honoring space, that is the trauma of the womb. Now you must be wondering, how is it that your mother, when she carries that, and she's carrying you too, and you live in that for 9 months. Yeah. So when you live in that for 9 months, in those 9 months, that darkness is a part of your life, isn't it? The darkness inside is a part of your life. And you think that is life. And you know it is life. And you know nothing is going to go haywire. How is it when you just step out into the world, you start fearing darkness? Have you ever thought about it? And everything that shows up for you, are you at this time? Let that go. Is that darkness that you fear when you just step out into the world? Is it talking about the agony that the womb had gone through, the trauma, the ancestral trauma? Yeah. The energetic imprints do not go, it can stay for lifetimes. It can stay for generations. The energetic imprints are such. Yeah. And the imprints will always keep you on hold. And the energetic imprints will always, especially of the womb, will always make you entrap. They will entrap you in physical relationships that are not honoring, that are just not honoring. And it can be happening even with your husband. You keep giving them whatever they desire, but that's not an honoring space. And everywhere that you are holding on to that ancestral lineage, the trauma of the ancestral lineage, and the trauma of the ancestral lineage of your mother, everything that brings up for you. Are you in this time ready to just let that go? This topic was so, it opened up so much for me. I had to make notes of it. because it had so many portions that getting everything together was like, I'm not going to even will I be able to put everything together in one call? And then, I said, "Nee, let's give one call and then let's see where the energy takes us. There's no pressure of time. So, how lonely have you been living in this life? How lonely? All the loneliness that you have encountered till date. And it might be due to consciousness has taken some part away. Is that loneliness coming from the trauma of the womb? Yeah. And just getting it to your awareness that there were times long back when the men folk went on war, and when they went to for war, what they did was that they chained their females with the chastity belts. Okay, and if you ever Google it, you will get to know. Chastity belt of iron, and they were put on the genitals, so that the females do not go and have and enjoy with anybody else when they were away for war. So all the lifetimes behind that energy that the genitals are still holding, the womb is still holding. Yeah. Can you go how tough would it have been for the one who went through that? Yeah. So how many people are having a knocking head and a pounding heart in this time as I'm speaking? Everything that pounding heart is talking to you, telling you, what is it? Is that grave energy? Are these words just coming into your ears, getting into your system? And are they opening up the neural pathways? The neural pathways are in our nervous system, and they carry message from one part of the nervous system to the other. And anything which is numbed over time, those neural pathways, they stop functioning the way they are supposed to function. Their ability, the crispness, and they choose to, it's not by choice, they just start getting numb over time. And here they have been going over inheritance. So everywhere that you were a part of this energy belts that were put on any of the female energy that got you on the planet, and it's not this generation, could be 10 generations back, could be 20 generations back, could be even more. Everything that brings up for you. Are you at this time ready to let all that energy just flow out of you? So this is the stored, registered energy that is deep inside your tissues. It is in the muscle memory of the reproductive system. And the reproductive system is connected with your skeletal system. So what does the muscle memory hold? What does the muscle memory hold? Is it the sexual violence? Is it the sexual abuse? Is it rejection? Is it slavery? Is it the energy of war inside and outside? Is it the anger? Is it the rage? Is it the pain, the agony? Is it belittling everything that brings up and everything that lies in the family history of a difficult childbirth, the abortion, the miscarriage, and attached with that is the grief, the pain, and all that is lost along with everything that brings up. Are you in this time ready to free the energy of the womb from all the pain that is stored in the cellular memory of the body? The womb is talking about the deep survival stress, that our women ancestors had to go through. The survival stress, the oppression, not having enough food, not having enough money, not having enough freedom, and everything that brings up. Are you holding any of these energies? And everywhere that you've not had blossoming relationships, creative, orgasmic, joy-filled, is it talking about this energy, the energy of the womb? Everything that brings up, are you in this time ready to let go of that? The womb is not a place to store fear and pain. The womb is to create and to give birth to new life. It is not a space to hold on to pain. So everywhere that we have been holding on to the pain and the fear there, we just pass it on as lineage to the coming generations, as we have taken to all that, never realizing that the womb is a very divine place, is a very fertile place for the birth of a new life. So anything which is not resonating, and everything that is resonating with it, are you in this time ready to let all of that go? The frequency of unconditional love, the radical forgiveness, and deep compassion. Let's close our eyes and let's heal. Let's heal the trauma that is lying in the wounds. So you can just lie down. Let's clear off all the wounds at the historical and collective level. that the womb is holding, and everywhere that our womb is not vibrating at a frequency of the womb of the Mother Earth. And we have been looking for freedom, freedom from pain, freedom from the past, freedom from the chastity belts of time. We could just lie down and just receive the healing of all of this to go away. Let's take a very long deep breath, and we can keep both our hands where the womb is, just touching base with that and just connecting to that energetically. And then asking that, where is the trauma line? The trauma of time, the trauma of lineage, the trauma of the female energy. We being a female or male does not make a difference. We are taking these energies and carrying on in our life. The womb is a space of balance for the masculine and the feminine energy. The womb is the seat of balance for the feminine and the masculine energy, the divine feminine, divine masculine. We might be in an age stage where we have to bear children or not. That is all immaterial. However, all of us are looking for fertile lives, lives which are blossoming, lives which are full of fragrance, a life which is full of fertile relationships, which are not agonizing. The seat of creation is in a space of unrest. How is it that we are going to have restful, joyful life relationships? What made us a receiver, but the receiver of a lesser, a compromised energy? Why is it that any of the acts which are so natural are not satiating? How is it that the physics and chemistry do not come together even in the act that we do? All the energies which are coming up, are you in this time ready to let that go? The womb stores the energetic imprint of every sexual encounter that we've ever had, that our mother ever had, that our grandmother ever had, and all the lineage behind. And the energetic imprint might be out of the act which was wanted or unwanted, loving or not loving, for years and for lifetimes. And how is it? The registered energy in the tissues, the cells, in the memory of the womb, the sexual, the pelvic area, the reproductive system is directly affects our physical, our mental, our emotional, our spiritual well-being, and all the relationships that are close to you but are not close to you. And even the ones who are close, they seem so distant. And even when we are on the same bed, they seem so very distant. Is that the energy, trauma of the womb that we are carrying? Everything that brings up, are you ready to release? As the divine womb of the Mother Earth, that vibrates frequency is telling us and giving us a comparative. The earth center is so full and it is so rich. It has all the most precious crystals in it, and anything else which is precious. And it does not allow anything which is less than precious to come its way. And what have we been doing? Everywhere that we have compromised, everywhere that we have compromised, we have to look within, asking, is that the cause of the lesser self-love that I have? Is this the cause of the lesser self-esteem that I have? And everything lesser when compounded makes us lesser. Lesser in our words, lesser in showing up, lesser in creating, lesser in out creating, and lesser over the journey of life. Everything that is pounding in the top of your chest, the left side, the heart, and above that, in this moment, the tightened energies, below the rib cage. Let's breathe all that out. Anywhere in our lineage that our ancestors, the female ancestors specifically, have gone through abuse of any kind, of any violence, that is stored up as trauma. And we lived that trauma for 9 months. And even when the mothers have unwanted pregnancies, which they go through with the thought that aborting them is not good. However, they are not 100% with the child. They just carry because they have to. And you become the carrier of rage, the carrier of anger, the carrier of agony, the carrier of duality. Everything that brings up for you, are you ready to release from that part of your body, especially today? Everybody or anyone who has fibrosis there is talking about the trauma withheld and let's take a long deep breath and release. The root cause, this phrase that we keep using, always comes from the root. And the root, as per the 7 energy centers, is in the root chakra, the genitals. So any of the agonizing situations that we create for ourselves or have gone through or are still going through, they are coming from this root. It's now time to release all that. The womb was not meant to carry any of the pain and fear. The womb is not a space to carry any of the pain and fear. It is the seed to give birth to a new life. just a seed to give birth to new life. And how is it that the words are understood by the tissues in our body, specifically there as we are talking of this particular thing today? So all the past, present, futures that you have been holding on to, the womb has been holding on to, the ancestry has been holding on to, in the womb, are you today ready to let that go? The womb is also called the dolphin. And it comes from the Greek word where dolphin means the womb. And we have always used a phrase called dancing dolphins. So our womb can only be dancing like a dolphin when it is free from the energy of trauma. Everything that is locking, blocking our neural pathways. All of that. Are we ready to just put it up out of our system? The deep tissues of our pelvic area, they get alive as we do away with this ancestral female energy. And all the locks, blocks that we are carrying in the entire reproductive system because of the trauma that we have held so closely. And we have been living with it not just in the womb, but till today. Everything that is, are you in this time ready to let that go? All the trauma is encoded in the womb. And for centuries, where the female energies have been denied, oppressed, and abused, resentment they carry it still alive in your systems. Let's release the fear to embrace freedom. Let's release the fear to embrace freedom. Let's release the pain to embrace joy. Let's release the pain to embrace absolute pure joy. Let's release the anger to embrace compassion. Let's release the anger to embrace compassion. And let's release sadness to embrace peace. Let's release sadness, embrace peace. And if there is peace in that darkness in the room, that is which does not make us fearful, because the darkness has the sweetness of peace there. And if that darkness had agony along with, that would create fear. So we are just instilling peace there, the sweet peace in the darkness, to experience that today. So all the wounds at a historical collective level, encoding the layers of historical trauma and the incredibly violent times in human history, stored in the wounds. We are ready to release that. All that stops us, all that does not allow us. What if we could just let that go? Giving birth to a new life, and giving birth to a bubbling new life. There is so much of a difference. So all this stored energy, and everywhere that you have been looking for respite, are you in this time ready to let that go? Let's focus on the womb and the internal walls of the womb. They are so pure and precious. They are all healthy. They are all alive and kicking. And let's tune these attunement of these walls to the walls of the womb of the divine earth center, the womb of the Mother Earth. The womb of the Mother Earth, which is all bubbling and buzzing. Bright, brilliant, resilient. And let's take these highest frequencies from there, deep within the earth, and just connect them with the walls of our womb. Taking every strand of that and connecting it with our womb. Taking every strand of the divinity, the purity, the ease, the love, the creativity, the joy, the abundance, the money, the good health, the good relationships. Taking every strand from there, the Mother Earth, the womb of the Mother Earth, and just connecting it with the womb of ours. And as we connect, as if we are sucking in all the joys from the planet Earth, the womb of the Earth, and as sucking, we feel that our womb has started, the genitals have started soothing, the tissues have started healing. The muscle memory of the past, the trauma has started dissipating. The restlessness and the resentments have just faded away, gone. And the reproductive system and everything connected with that has suddenly become so fertile, easy, as if every tissue is taking a a breath of relief for the choices that you've made today. And it is getting infused by the energies of the planet Earth, the warmth of the Mother Earth. The energetic core is becoming stronger. In any disease in gaseous form which is there, it is already coming to a release. The ovaries have become so happy. They are in absolute balance. The adrenal gland has become so happy and is functioning at the optimum. The pain has vanished. The chastity bells and the pain of the chastity bells has just gone away. All the pain of the abuse of whatever shape, form has completely gone. The roots to this life have suddenly got cleared. And the roots where this energy had stopped growing, this energy had not allowed these roots to grow there. In that direction, in themselves further on. The joy of living has started. The joy of expansion has set in. The joy of fertility and visiting the new fertile lands has begun. Taking the light of the Supreme and gulping it inside your bodies. From the top of your head, taking it down and taking it down, and taking it down within, just spreading into our bodies and taking it down to the genitals, to the womb, to the receiver, to the root, and asking that to grow And everywhere that there is darkness, may there be light. And everywhere that we've not been able to be the richness that we truly are, the embodied money that we truly are, the embodied self of brilliance that we truly are. In this time, are you ready to appreciate all that you could create in this moment? By healing the womb today, we have healed for everyone before us. We are the chosen ones. For the ancestors before us and for the generations to come after. As we heal the seed of creation, giving it a balance to the creative, divine masculine and divine feminine, and giving them a balance of all times to come. We can ask this energy of the Supreme to grow down, and get back to the womb of the Mother Earth. And thanking it for reconnecting us to our seed of creation, healing the ancestral lineage of time, thus healing our own selves and anything that is coming up from the root, making it fertile once and for all. Taking the light of the Supreme and just putting it like a ball of fire in your womb. This fire is the healing light and not fire. However, it is so brilliant and bright, giving you the right balance and the hormones, providing you with the nurturing energies. And this ball of light, imparting light, energy, and the nurturing energies to every cell there, billions and trillions and uncountable of them there, that have started vibrating with joy after releasing all that trauma. So it is just like the womb is a cosmos of silence. It is a cosmos of vibrant energies at this moment. No residual energies of trauma anywhere. No. Taking this energy and just spreading it on the planet for each one who has gone through the trauma of the womb, and spreading light and love to them. Healing them for all time, spreading joy everywhere. You can just be with this energy, allowing these energies to percolate, assimilate, be one with you. Give them time for attunement, honoring your body, honoring your body, for it is letting you absorb the new each day. The kind of support that it is giving you. Let's appreciate that. Just be with this. For as long as you desire to be, you can put it down if you desire to write anything on group later. Enjoy these intoxicated, relieving energies, and I shall see you tomorrow.